नमः। हरिः ओं। शुद्धस्फटिकसङ्काशं शुद्धविद्याप्रदायकं शुद्धं पूर्णं चिदानन्दं सदाशिवमहं श्रये। शङ्खारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किं करीयस्य सामाय शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये। विद्याविनयसम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं विधुशेखरभारतीं। मालासुधाकुम्भविबोधमुद्रा विद्याविराजत्करवारिजाताम् अपारकारुण्यसुधाम्बुराशिं श्रीशारदाम्बां प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। ॐ वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते। After analyzing the nature of individual, that is vyashti or microcosm, the author has entered into the analysis of samashti, that is the universe or the cosmos or the total. He wants to show there are a lot of similarities between individual and the total. While analyzing the individual, we saw that the individual is a mixture of Atma and Anatma. Atma being the consciousness principle and Anatma being inert matter principle. Also we saw Atma is Satyam, independently existing principle, consciousness principle, that is Atma. And Anatma is matter principle, it is Mithya, that means dependently existing, which is dependent on Brahman, on Atma. Therefore Satya Mithya mixture or Chetanam Achetanam mixture is the composition of the individual, which we saw in the earlier sessions. We can see the same pair operational at cosmic level also. Hence, author begins the chapter on creation with the introduction of these two fundamental factors: the consciousness principle, which is independent principle, and matter principle, which is dependently existing principle. The only difference between the terminology used while analyzing the individual and the macrocosm is in the names. Only the names are changed. Names used at the individual level are Atma and Anatma. At cosmic level, the words used are, that is, instead of Atma, he uses Brahman. Words may be different, but it refers to the same principle: immortal, invisible, inner conscious principle only, nothing different. Atma means all pervading, Brahman is Satyam, infinite, limitless. There is absolutely no difference between limitless and all pervading. Therefore, Brahman means limitless, Atma means conscious principle. Therefore, both are same only. Therefore, before the creation originated, this consciousness principle was there. That consciousness principle is otherwise called Satyam, independently existing principle. Also, there is a second factor, basic matter principle. Out of this matter principle alone, the material evolves. Because according to the scientific law of conservation of energy and matter, matter can never be created afresh. Therefore, the matter was there and that was only evolved. This matter principle at the individual level we called it as anatma or mithya, whereas the very same matter principle at the cosmic level is called maya. There atma and anatma, here Brahman and maya. So the difference is only in the names, but the principle behind all is the same. Therefore, Atma and Brahman are synonymous. Similarly, Anatma and Maya are synonymous. Maya being matter, Mithya dependently existing principle. That is why it is sometimes called Maya Shakti, because Shakti can never exist independently without a powerful being. Power requires a powerful being. For example, my speaking power cannot be independent of my presence. Cannot be independent without my presence. Power has to rest in the powerful being. Shakti has to rest in Shaktiman. Power is matter and powerful is consciousness, the sentient being, that principle called Brahman. And the matter or the power is called Maya. Backed by this powerful Brahman, Maya with threefold Shakti or power evolved as creation. Evolved into first stage, Sukshma Panchabhutani, which we saw in the last session. 5 subtle elements. Maya has got threefold gunas or attribute or power, which we saw, that is Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. And what are the 5 subtle elements that were born out of this Maya? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jalam and Prithivi. In English, they are called space, air, fire, water and the earth principle. Now, at the first stage we are talking only about Sukshma Bhutani, subtle elements only. Since the 5 elements have evolved out of Maya, these 5 elements also should have the threefold Shakti of Maya, Guna, power of Maya, because Maya is Trigunatmika, Triguna Maya. Maya Karyam also should be Trigunatmikam, because there is a saying, as the cause is, so the product or the effect will be. If the parents are human beings, the children will be what? Buffalo or elephants. Thank God it is only human being only. So children will also be human beings for a human parents. Now Karana Gunaha Karye Anuvartante. The characteristics of the cause inheres in the product or in the effect. Not only the humanness, in the example of human, even the behavior, the genes of the father, genes of the mother are going to influence the characteristics of the children also, character of the children also. Therefore, Akasha will have the Sattvika Amsha, Rajasik Amsha and Tamasic Amsha, because all these are products of Maya. Similarly, all the other elements like Vayu, Agni, Jalam and Prithivi, all of them will have the 3 gunas of Maya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. Akasha, we already saw, Akasha has one property, sound. Vayu has two properties, sound and touch. Agni has three properties, sound, touch and form. Jalam has four, sound, touch, form and taste. Finally, Prithvi has five properties, sound, touch, form, taste and the special property being smell. Up to this we saw in the last class. Now we have to go further into the creation. The author says, Etesham panchatattvanam madhye akashasya satvikamshat shrotrendriyam sambhutam vayoho satvikamshat tvagendriyam sambhutam agnehe satvikamshat chakshurindriyam sambhutam jalasya satvikamshat rasanendriyam sambhutam. Finally, prithivyaha satvikamshat ghranendriyam sambhutam. So now we have the five subtle elements and each one has got three gunas, sattvika, rajasa, tamasic gunas. The author says from the five subtle elements, the five sense organs of knowledge, jnanendriyams, are born. Five sense organs of knowledge, nothing but pancha jnanendriyani, or the products born out of five subtle elements. Because five sense organs of knowledge belong to the Sukshma Shariram, subtle body. If you refer to the class which we dealt with long time back on Sukshma Shariram, what are the sense organs of Sukshma Shariram, we would have seen in details. The same thing is continued here also. Once again, I would like to reiterate, sense organs do not refer to the physical part. Physical part are called golakam, which has got nothing to do with this indriyam. We are talking about indriyam or organs, which refer to power of perception, the power of perception. Elements are five, sense organs of knowledge are also five. Because the sense organs are born out of the subtle elements, which guna is responsible for which organ? Because each element has three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo guna. Sattva guna stands for knowledge, and therefore the sattvika amsha, the sattvika part of each element will be responsible for one sense organ. Next question is, which element will be responsible for which sense organ? Therefore author says, Etesham panchatattvanam madhye, among the five elements, that is panchatattvanam means sukshma tattvanam, sukshma sattvik, sukshma elements, subtle elements. Akashasya satvikamshat, the sattvic part of space element, shrotrendriyam sambhutam, the organ of ears is born. The space produces the organ of ear. Once again, not physical part, but the power of perception. Why do we say the space produces ears and not eyes or tongue or nose? Because Akasha, if you remember, has got one guna, that is Shabda, Vishesha guna. Shabda guna as its unique property. And ears, which are the products of Akasha, recognize the sound of Akasha. Yat indriyam yasmat bhutat jayate, that is, whichever organ is born out of whichever element, tat indriyam tasya bhutasya vishesha gunam janati, that organ perceives the special property, vishesha gunam, of that particular element. Since they are grateful to the element out of which they are born, father or mother, correct? They should be grateful. Because ears are born out of Akasha, ears recognize the special property of Akasha, which is sound. Akasha Guna, that hearing faculty, which is the special property of ears. Then, Vayoho Satvikamshat Tvagindriyam Sambhutam. From the Satvik part of Vayu, air, the organ of touch, that is skin, is born. That is, the power of skin is born. And this organ recognizes the special property of air, which is touch. Vayu has two properties, sound and touch. Touch being the special additional property of Vayu, because already sound is perceived by ears. Therefore, touch is the special property of Vayu. Therefore, this is the additional property, and the special additional property of Vayu, of air, which is nothing but touch, is perceived by the skin, Tvagindriyam, because it is Vayu's child. Similarly, Akasha Visa. Agnehe Satvikamshat Chakshurindriyam Sambhutam. From the Satvik part of Agni, eyes are born with special additional property, which is form and color. That is the special property of Agni. Agni has three properties: sound, touch, and the special additional property of form and color. Out of the three properties, sound and touch are borrowed from Akasha and Vayu. Therefore, the additional and special property of fire, which is form and color, is perceived by Agni's child, eyes. That is the power of eyes. Similarly, from the Satvik part of Jalam, Apaha, the tongue is born. Rasana means tongue. Jihvendriyam. Jihva means the tongue, is born out of Jalam, and it recognizes the Vishesha Guna of Jalam, which is taste. From the fifth and final element, once again subtle element, Prithvi, Prithivyaha Satvikamshat, from the Satvik part of earth, Granendriyam Sambhutam, the nose is born. The nose is nothing but the organ of smell. The nose is born out of Satvik part of Prithvi, and it recognizes the special additional property of earth, which is Gandhaha, the smell. Thus, all the sense organs of knowledge are born out of Satvik Amsha of all the five subtle elements. Etesham panchatattvanam samashti sattvikamshat manobuddhi ahankara chittantah karanani sambhutani. Now the author says, from the samashti sattva guna of all the five elements, internal organ, inner organ is born. Sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha nischayatmika buddhihi aham karta ahamkaraha chintana kartru chittam. And then he talks about devata. Manaso devata chandramaha buddhehe brahma ahankarasya rudraha Chittasya Vasudevaha. From the Sattva Guna of all the five subtle elements put together called Samashti Sattva Guna, the mind, the inner organ is born. This internal or inner organ in Sanskritam is called Antahkaranam. Mind require the Sattva Guna of all the 5 subtle elements, because the mind has to coordinate with all the 5 sense organs. Mind has to function behind ears, eyes, skin, nose, tongue, everything. Since mind has to function behind all the 5 sense organs and collect all the 5 stimuli and coordinate, it should be born out of sattva of all the 5 elements put together. Samashti Sattva Guna of all the 5 subtle elements. Otherwise, if the mind does not coordinate all the elements at the same time, all the sense organs at the same time, what will happen? What the eyes see, the ears will not perceive. What the ears hear, eyes cannot see. So we require a coordinator who will collect all the information from all the sense organs. See, for example, when you are looking at the mobile phone and listening to my recording, your eyes will not know what the ears are hearing, and ears do not know what the eyes see. Therefore, we require a mind which has to act as coordinator, which has to collect both the information that is from the ears and the eyes and assimilate. Therefore, we require a coordinating instrument, and the coordinator must have the Sattva Guna, that is the knowledge, Sattva Guna of all the 5 elements. That instrument is called Antahkaranam or inner organ, which is nothing but mind. Therefore, the author says, Etesham pancha tattvanam samashti satvikamshat. From the total sattva taken from all the 5 elements, Antahkaranani sambhutani, the inner organ called mind is born. This inner organ has got 4 different functions. Like in those days, 2 in 1, radio plus tape recorder, and then 3 in 1 came, radio, tape recorder and CD player. Bhagavan, being more intelligent, has created 4 in 1 organ. This inner organ has 4 different functions. Only one organ, that is mind, but it has 4 different functions. Depending on the function, it is known by 4 different functional names. Organ is one, but 4 different names are given based on the function. Like a person being a manager in a company, he may be a secretary of some religious organization. He will be the head of the family for his family. They are one same person, but called different names in different functions. Similarly, Antahkaranam, one instrument known by 4 different names based on the respective functions, which are Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chittam. Manas, Buddhi, Ahankaram and Chittam. The details of which we will see in the next class. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.